Welcome to Designer Studio Tabletop event. Last year we had a wonderful event in the store, and this year we decided that we would go virtual because so many of you asked about it and you missed it. So we want to make sure that you get the information that we imparted to our guests that were here. Also, the wonderful thing that we have done is we've collaborated with an amazing floral designer, Daniel Vaughn of Daniel Vaughn Floral Designs of State College. And I'd like to introduce Daniel.
Morning.
Welcome.
Hi, Jerry.
Welcome.
Nice to be with you today.
Yeah, we're going to have some fun. We've got some unique and unusual things for people to see today. You know, what we thought we'd do today here at Designer Studio and also at Daniel Vaughn is to make ordinary extraordinary. So this year what we've done, we've taken a beautiful tablecloth from Garnier Thiebaut with our classic forest walk china from Juliska. It's an everyday china and we thought it was unique, so we're going to show it to you in two different looks that we think works really well. So our first look is a little bit more of an over-the-top look with a beautiful jeweled placemat, a gorgeous linen with gold flecked napkin, beautiful glass bowl, and interesting flatware Michal Aram, and beautiful stemware by Nude Glass. In our other place setting, we decided to do something a little bit more fun, a little bit more quirky. And once again, we are featuring also the Michal Aram flatware, the Nude Glass, the beautiful peacock feather placemat, a beautiful Michal Aram little trivet platter, and unique napkin holders by Kim Siebert. So what you see here is a unique collaboration of different types of china and different types of flatware and things that you can use. By the way, everything here is available online or in the store in the next couple of weeks. I'd like to introduce Daniel Vaughn so that he can talk about what he contributed to this table, which I think is absolutely magnificent. Daniel Vaughn.
Thank you, Jerry. Well, when we talked about the collaboration on this table, Jerry showed me the china pattern that he wanted to use, and we talked about the linen so that everything coordinates and accentuates each other because it's a total vision when you look at a completed tablescape. So my thought first was that we were going to do vessel choice because the vessel, when it's visual and can be seen, is as important as the flower element itself. So for the particular, I wanted to draw out the gold in the fabric, so I chose to use a gold container which would give a reflective property against the beautiful dark fuchsia color in this fabric as well. So if you notice that, it's bringing up all the colors of the tablecloth right into the vessel itself. And because we were using an elongated table and the linear way that the table linen is designed with the long stripes, I chose to use a rectangular shaped vessel as well. And since it had a long table with a thin space in the middle, then I chose to use the thin rectangular containers. And if you look at the overall view, then it's a thin arrangement, but it extends the entire length of the center of the table so that everybody gets a beautiful vision. Now, in order to keep it interesting, it would be very boring if we just did the same thing in a repetitive state down the entire table. Although very beautiful, it would get boring really quickly. And this table is anything but boring with this gorgeous china, the table placemats, everything the way that Jerry has set it up. So I couldn't, continue on with the flowers in a fashion that would be boring against what he has. Not that we're in a competition, but designers are designers. So I felt that it was a good thing to use some interesting flowers along with things that you see every day. So I added some of the mango mini calla lilies and then beautiful roses, and I just chose to use 2 colors of roses but keep them grouped separately. And this rose here is one of my absolute favorites, and it is called Free Spirit, and I think it just looks like a free spirit. So the pretty part about this rose is if you look at it, it's always a little bit different from each other, and I always think it looks like if you just melted some orange sherbet with some lemon and maybe just a little bit of raspberry, just let all 3 melt together, you get this beautiful look of this rose, and it opens magnificent, and it's a really long laster. So then in this side of the design, I used another rose. It's a red one, and it's called Freedom. And Freedom opens spectacular, and it has a nice red color. It maintains color, and it's a good long-lasting rose too. And just for fun, I popped in these little orange ones, and these are called Babe. So Babe's Bright Rose is pretty, and to give it some texture and interesting element, in this side I added the orange pincushion proteas, so they would give some interest like the calla lilies do on the other end. And then to finish it off and make it all have this feathery look that we're getting in the china is this foliage called grevillea. And so it has a feather-esque look on the cut, the way it grows. And then just to bring the feathers from the china and the placemats in, I added some ringneck pheasant feathers here just to give it some motion. And if you'll notice the feathers, I just put a little curl on the end of them so that it does give a linear motion, and then it replicates the motion of the calla lily. So when you look at this, it's not static. So that's my concept from a design perspective. Otherwise, you could just say it's pretty.